of this heat yet. Relief is on the way. Good evening, I'm Leah Lando. After several days of flirting with 90 degrees, we finally hit and surpassed that mark at the Buffalo airport today for the first time in almost 3 years. And this heat wave is keeping first responders very busy. News 4's Al Vaughters rode along with the crew from Rural Metro a short time ago. Al?
Yeah, Leah, you could call these folks the medical first responders. And once we got back, in the short amount of time we've been here, we've seen several ambulances responding to emergency calls. Rural Metro officials estimate they've responded to 10% more calls this week due to the heat. And this is prime time for those kinds of calls. The effect of the sun beating down on western New York all day until things start to cool off as dusk approaches. Emergency officials told us first thing they do is cool the patient down and check for the telltale signs of overheating.
They'll assess the patient to determine, responsiveness, type of injury, type of symptoms, type of illness that they're showing. Try to get a background of sort of the events that led up to the situation, and then try to determine, if it's weather related or if it's just a medical condition.
It's hard to track exactly what's a heat related call and what isn't, but just by knowing that our own volume and our call volume as well as our transport volume is higher, we know that it's a direct result of the heat.
This kind of searing, oppressive heat doesn't always lead to the emergency room. But Rural Metro officials tell us it can aggravate other medical conditions, so they don't take chances.
Another thing I've seen a lot of call-wise is diabetic patients. And when you overexert yourself, especially in this type of environment, even though you normally have a normal physical activity and everything, this puts extra strain on the body, so you're using more of your reserves, and it tends to drop a person's blood sugar.
Now, how do paramedics determine if a patient really needs to go to the hospital or they just need to be cooled off? We'll have more on that coming up at 6. Reporting live in Buffalo, Al Vaughters, News 4.